For some reason, the corporations think that our rights stop at their doorstep. Don't talk about God, don't talk about politics, don't bring your gun. And then there's radio show hosts. I just heard, I believe, Schmidt, talking about that gun debate. And what did he say? Why does the government have to get involved in the guns? Let the corporations decide whether they want their guns on their property or not. Well, guess what? It is the corporations who have enslaved us. It is the corporations who are poisoning us. It is the corporations who have taken away our rights. Can we stop giving them more stuff, please? And we need to regain control of this country. Shortly, you may be receiving a census form similar to the time when Jesus was around, but a little bit updated. Pretty much just declaring your religion and your skills and your contact information and maybe your nationality. Because we gotta figure out who's who. And if the non-Christians, they don't want to join with the Christians, let them, okay? That's the current system right now, where they are not obeying God's laws. The Christians, which, mind you, are the majority in America, 80%, I believe, identify themselves as being Christians. We're the majority, but the people in charge are not listening to us. We have taxation and we do not have representation. But good news, it just came out of the IRS. The man said, the IRS guy that just got fired, he said the tax system is voluntary. It was voluntary all along. We didn't have to pay into it. And it turns out that the feds who enforced that law were dissolved in like 1933, insolvent. The people that are calling themselves the Fed now are some rogue, greedy devil people, okay? We have been duped for a long time, and sometimes that's scary when you realize the scope of the evil in this country. It can be a little scary sometimes. It causes me to tremble. But there is good news, okay? The Christian Green Movement is underway. Check in with Jesus for your exact role, because everybody plays a part. Okay, Jesus is the vine, we're all the branches. And only that person can do that person's job. They're here, whether it's for a skill that they're doing now or a skill they want to do, a desire. There is a better way to live than we are living right now. And the zombies, people really are out there eating each other. And it says right in the Bible in Psalm 27:2, when evil men advance to devour my flesh, when my enemies and foes attack me, they will stumble and fall. So God's not going to let me be eaten by a zombie. But the fact that God knew about the zombies, that's pretty good. I love God, and we have got to save ourselves through Christ our Lord. Save the ones you love. Just trying to love them unconditionally, but you still have to correct them sometimes. Sometimes people are still sinning, and they don't want to stop. They like living that way. You can't make anybody do anything. But yet the government tries to make people do things. But your loved ones, they don't want to listen to you. It's kind of freaky. These corporations that are taking away our rights, they reserve a lot of rights for themselves. We reserve the right to do this and this and this. But those are not even rights in our country. They made up their own stuff and took away ours. It's okay. It's going to be okay, but you have got to free yourself. Collectively, we're working on freeing you in a couple different ways. One of them is the implementation of a holy calendar. Right now, the rogue federal government that's with the devil only celebrates the pagan holidays. The real December 25th, Santa Claus, Easter Bunny, those are lies. That's the devil's deal. You know, working on more of a holy calendar to incorporate everybody's holy days. You know, it should reduce the work week to like 20 hours, which is going to create jobs. And these corporations, they're going to have to pay us the same because it's either that or go to jail because you can't take away somebody's rights and enslave them in involuntary labor or voluntary labor against their will and expect to get away with it. Slavery is illegal in this country. Okay, so it's giving them a chance to remain free and creating jobs. It's a positive thing. The corporations, well, the CEO who's making $17.1 million, well, is he really going to be sad that he can't make $17.1 million anymore? Probably. But when you think about the CEO, he's not worth that much. You understand? We're doing all the work. These Illuminati, these politicians, this governing class, they have themselves set up where they only have to work a couple years and then they can retire and get all this money while we slave every day to pay for them to do that. Okay, that's not what we signed up for. When this country got up and decided that it was going to get some government, we elected a few people to look after our best interests in some international and interstate business, and instead they looked after themselves. They did not do the right thing. It says right in the Bible, for certain individuals whose condemnation was written about long ago secretly slipped in among you. They are ungodly people who pervert the grace of God. And these ungodly people are also in the church. The Orthodox Church is running around with a false doctrine, which is what I took to the news station, that says, you know, you have to be a member of their church, and then you're going to be saved, whatever. When Jesus comes back for his bride, his church, it's not just the Orthodox, just the Catholics, just the Baptists. No. Jesus' collection of church is a collection of all of Jesus' people all over the globe. Okay, it's not just that one church. And they are misleading a lot of people. In that seminary, these priests are paying money to be taught nonsense. Where there's a lot of nonsense in school. A lot. There is a way better way to teach these kids. We gotta do something. Please help us.